Hi everyone, and welcome back to my kitchen. Today I wanted to share with you guys a very easy and fruity cake recipe that you'll be enjoying all summer long. I'll be making my blueberry lemon cake with lemon cream cheese frosting, and this cake is everything. If you love blueberries as much as I do, you are going to love this incredible cake. We're going to start with a simple buttermilk cake batter. Fold in some blueberries, some lemon zest, some lemon extract, and then frost the cake with a creamy and zesty cream cheese frosting. Now I have a separate video recipe for the cream cheese frosting. I'll link it down in the video description box below, along with all the ingredients for this recipe. I made a batch of that frosting last night, and today we're just going to fold in some lemon zest and lemon extract to make it even better. Let's get started. I'm going to show you how to make this incredible cake. I'm preheating my oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm going to get things started with the wet ingredients first. So into a large mixing bowl, I'm going to pour in 3/4 cups of canola oil. You can use any type of light cooking oil. 1 cup of buttermilk. 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. 1 teaspoon of lemon extract. And 1 cup of white granulated sugar. And we'll need 4 large eggs for today's recipe. And I like to break them into a measuring cup just in case you ever happen to have a bad egg. This way you're not ruining your entire cake batter, and you could just restart with fresh eggs. Add in the eggs. And I'm going to grab my hand mixer and mix this all together for a couple minutes until the eggs are well beaten. Today for my dry ingredients, I'll be using 2 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour. To that I'm going to be adding in 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And I'd like to use a spoon to combine everything together. And I'm going to sift my dry ingredients into the cake batter, and you don't want to skip this step just in case you get a clump of baking powder or baking soda or flour in your cake batter. And it really takes just a few seconds. And I'm going to grab my hand mixer and mix in the flour just until it's incorporated. You don't want to overmix at this step. And I love to have tons and tons of lemon flavor in this cake. I'm going to be adding the zest of 2 large lemons. And I'm going to grab those same lemons, split them in half, and we're going to squeeze all the lemon juice out of them into a measuring cup. And I'm going to strain the lemon juice through a fine mesh strainer. I'm going to add a couple tablespoons to my cake batter, and the rest we're going to add to the blueberries. And today I'm going to be using 3 cups of fresh blueberries. You can also use frozen berries for this recipe. Just make sure that you thaw them out completely beforehand. If you add cold frozen berries into the cake batter, it's just going to bring down the temperature of the cake as it bakes. So I'm going to strain the rest of my lemon juice. I have another 2 to 3 tablespoons left here into the blueberries. And this lemon juice is going to help all the cornstarch kind of stick to the berries. Next, I'll add in 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. Toss this all together. And I'm going to drop in just half of the berries. And then I'll use my spatula and fold this all together. And for today's recipe, I'll be using 2 8-inch cake pans, and I've lined the bottom of these with parchment paper, and I also sprayed down the sides with the baking spray. I'm going to divide this cake batter evenly between the 2 pans. And I'm going to sprinkle the rest of my blueberries on top of the cake. And these blueberry lemon cake layers are ready to go into the preheated oven. They're going to bake at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 40 to 45 minutes, or until a toothpick inserted into the center comes out clean. Once they're done baking, I'm going to take them out of the pans and onto a wire rack to cool completely. Meanwhile, it's the perfect time to make a batch of my cream cheese frosting. I'll include that video recipe link down in the description box below. And I made a batch of my cream cheese frosting yesterday and I let it chill in the refrigerator overnight. I actually really like doing this because I find that the texture really improves. It thickens, it's easier to work with. And now I'm going to add in a little bit of lemon zest to make it even better. And when I'm making the frosting, I also like to add in a teaspoon of lemon extract. And this lemony frosting is going to pair so well with our blueberry lemon cake. Then I'm going to mix in this lemon zest. I just love the aroma. It just has this really nice fresh lemony aroma. My blueberry lemon cake layers have cooled completely and I'm ready to assemble my cake. But before I do that, I'm going to talk about the fillings. You could fill this cake with 2 different types of fillings. You can make a batch of my homemade lemon curd, or you could buy a store-bought lemon curd. This is going to add so much great lemon flavor. Or you could pick up a jar of some blueberry preserves and add these on the inside. So you can have 2 choices, more blueberries or more lemons. Today I'm gonna go with more lemons. I just love having a little bit of that zesty lemon flavor. Just helps break up some of that sweetness on the inside. And before I assemble my cake, I'm gonna grab a long serrated knife. I'm gonna just level off the top just a little bit. I don't wanna level it too much because I don't wanna cut off all the blueberries there on the top. And I'm going to start by adding some of my cream cheese frosting onto the cake layer. Spread that evenly to the edges. And this cake has so many blueberries on the inside. I can't wait to enjoy it. It looks so, so good. And then I transferred some of my frosting into a pastry bag and I tipped it with a simple round tip. I'm going to pipe a little ring of frosting around the edge, a little border ring, and this will keep our lemon curd on the inside. Going to add some of my lemon curd into the center, and then I'll spread it evenly to the edges. You don't want to overfill the cake. About 3 tablespoons is perfect. And then we can add our next cake layer. And now I'm ready to frost the top and sides of the cake with the remaining frosting. Take a little spatula, spread it evenly everywhere. And once I have this cake frosted and smoothed over, I'm going to place it into the refrigerator, let it chill for about 20 to 30 minutes, and we'll come back to finish the top. And I always get lots of requests to show you guys how I move my cakes from my turntable onto a cake stand. What I do is I insert a little spatula or a long knife on both sides. And you want to do this really quickly, especially if the cake and the frosting haven't set yet, like in this case. I'm just going to lift it up and transfer it right over. And now let's garnish the top. I'm going to grab my pastry bag using the same round tip I had attached. I'm going to make little dollops of cream on the top. And then I'll dot these with blueberries on top. And maybe even a little bit of lemon wedges on the top. Oh, that's gonna look so pretty. We'll do every other dollop. And now for the best part, let's cut into this cake so we can see what it looks like on the inside. And when you're making this at home, I would let it chill in the refrigerator for at least 2 to 3, even 4 hours, just so that that frosting can set up really nicely. And check this out. Isn't that one stunning blueberry lemon cake? I am loving all the blueberries on the inside, and especially that lemon curd. And how stunning is this blueberry lemon cake? I love how the top turned out, the garnishes with the lemon wedges and the blueberries. It's just so simple and elegant. Perfect finish for this incredible cake. For all the ingredients and the recipe link, make sure to head on down in the video description box. I'll have all the information down there. Meanwhile, I'm going to dig in and give this cake a try. This looks so, so good. I love that lemon curd on the inside, and this frosting looks so good. I also like the naked cake style of cake. It's perfect for summer. I really like the style for summer. All right, let's grab some of this cake. Oh, this looks so good. I love all the blueberries on the inside as well. Perfection. This is so, so incredibly delicious. I love the combination of blueberries and lemon, and there is lots and lots of lemon flavor in here thanks to that lemon curd that we added on the inside. It's so, so good. This blueberry lemon cake is amazing. You guys are going to love all the rich blueberry and lemon flavors in here. Those delicate cake layers are really moist and they're dotted full of those juicy plump blueberries. They've turned into like a blueberry jam on the inside, and I love adding that lemon curd into the center as well. It just really brings out so much incredible lemon flavor. If you want more blueberry flavor, go with the blueberry preserves, or you could do like half and half, like half lemon curd, half blueberry preserves, so you get a little bit of everything. And I especially like this cream cheese frosting with the lemon zest in there. Is the perfect complement for this cake. It just goes so, so well with those blueberry cake layers. I hope you guys have enjoyed this incredible recipe. And if you do make it at home, don't forget to share with me. I love to see your guys' creations. You could tag me on Facebook, Pinterest, or Instagram. And I'll see you next time with a new recipe.